And now it's time for another Board Game Brawl unboxing with Nick Meanahan, sponsored by BoardGameBliss.com.
Hey now folks, today we're going to do another unboxing. This one is for this game here, which actually, unfortunately, the Games Workshop store where I picked it up pre-opens the outer packaging, so that little bit of suspense is gone. But this is Assassinorum Execution Force from Games Workshop. This game has gotten quite a bit of buzz in a very short amount of time. I feel like this game kind of came out of nowhere. I'm sure that they had done some like teaser videos, which is what Games Workshop usually does, within the past couple of months, but then just boom, they opened up pre-orders and everybody is talking about it. Now, this is a cooperative game that has up to, I think, 4 players taking control of these assassination units from the Imperial Marines, the Space Marines, going up against, trying to infiltrate this randomized facility where this Chaos Sorcerer has taken control, and you're just trying to complete these different scenarios and meet the objective. There's been a lot of the buzz about this game has been negative. First and foremost, people are saying, oh, this is another, Games Workshop is creating this fictional limited stock, and they'll just re-release it again in the future, even if it does run out, and it'll just be like Space Hulk, where they pump it out every few years, or this will be like Dreadfleet, where they sort of make this out to be this thing where it's going to be in limited quantities, and you'll have to pay through the nose for it on eBay. But there it goes and turns out that you can get it for really cheap discounted prices because nobody wanted it that much. In fact, just today, someone asked me if they thought that Dreadfleet was a good buy because they found it for $48, which originally it retailed for the same price as this game, which was $125 retail. So that stung, but I'm really interested in it. I loved Space Hulk. I had a good experience with that. I think that the miniatures look incredible. I love cooperative games. I'm definitely willing to give it a shot, and I think that a lot of people are excited to see what the game is like. And I'll probably have a review within 3 or 4 days. I need to play it enough, obviously, and I have to assemble it as well. That's the other downside. But I want to do an unboxing because Games Workshop stuff always looks incredible. I also think that a lot of people have a huge chip on their shoulder regarding Games Workshop, especially on Board Game Geek. Sometimes the reputation of Games Workshop can really lead to there being just these polarizing attitudes with not a lot of gray areas between. I mean, there's people like me who are still fairly indifferent to them because I never played Warhammer, and I've only ever played Space Hulk, I think, and some games that were licensed out to Fantasy Flight, like Chaos in the Old World from Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer Conquest, things like that. So I don't have like a tremendous opinion one way or the other yet. But for people who know a lot about Games Workshop and have been dealing with them for quite some time, they seem to either love them or hate them. Especially on Board Game Geek, there's a lot of hate because before my time on Board Game Geek, there was this whole incident where Games Workshop sent a cease and desist notice to Board Game Geek to take down all fan-created content for any of their games, but the one that was hurt the most was Space Hulk. And because of that, most people don't know this, and I didn't, Space Hulk used to be a top 100 game on Board Game Geek. What people did, though, in protest of Games Workshop was go on to Board Game Geek and give a 1 rating in protest to the game, and there's thousands or hundreds, or maybe not thousands, but hundreds at least of ratings for Space Hulk, enough to plummet it in the rankings of Board Game Geek, which to me is really, really crappy. Like, I think that's a terrible thing to do. If you want to protest it, then don't buy it, don't talk about it, that's fine. Give a legitimate rating to the game, and if the game is terrible and it deserves a 1, go for it. But just to give a 1 because of the publisher's practices, I don't think that's the spirit of the rating. For instance, just as an example, I hate Story War. That's a classic example of a game that I hate and revile. If that game, let's say that it was really popular and it got into the top 100 somehow, which surely would be a sign of the end times, but if that happened, I would gnash my teeth about it. I would give it a 1 rating because I think it's terrible. I genuinely think it's a terrible game. But other people love it. Fine. What am I going to do? And then they decide, okay, you know what? We're sending a cease and desist notice. No one can make fan content for Story War anymore. And then all the people that loved it before are now giving it 1 ratings, and it drops out of the top 100. I would still be upset. I would be like, that's not fair. This is not the top 100. This is officially not the top 100 anymore, because of shenanigans. So that's always bothered me about, that's the elitist thing in Board Game Geek manifesting in a different way. So there's my rant about that. A lot of people do not like the litigation that Games Workshop consistently gets involved in their the way that they set their prices and the pre-order systems and all these different things. But at the end of the day, I care more about the game itself. Is it Assassinorum, aside from having a dumb name, is it a great game? I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to look amazing. So let's go ahead and do an unboxing, and hopefully you'll see a review within the next week. All right, here's the unboxing of Assassinorum Execution Force. Now, as I mentioned in my intro, unfortunately, the Games Workshop owner, the Games Workshop local location owner that I picked up the game from, had to open the box just to check to make sure the contents were okay, which I don't blame him for. So that's a little bit of the suspense gone. But let's go ahead and go on with the rest of the unboxing. Aha! Now, of course, being Games Workshop, they have no shortage of fantastic artwork, and they know how to make a presentation. So already that looks amazing. Let's see what this is. This is, well, let's just take it out of the wrapper. It's probably a smart thing to do, Nick. How many of these unboxings do I have to do before I'm actually good at it? Can you be good at an unboxing? Should you be good at one? What does that say about you? Never mind. Let's not even think about it. All right, so this is some sort of pin. Web exclusive pin. I guess that's a sign of the Imperium, the Assassination Force, perhaps. Nice. Let's see. What does that say? As if you have to read it. Here's a gift just for you, one of our amazing web store customers. Thank you. Oh boy, you could have ripped my name there, cheapos. Anyways. And then the rest of that is in a different language. All right, so let's get on to the legit game here. Oh wait, there's one more thing. This is a Drop Assault silver card. That's an App Store thing. The Horus Heresy Drop Assault. Oh, download code. Okay. But it's only for the, I don't have an iOS device. Anyways, let's get the game out. Is this box bigger or smaller than Space Hulk? I feel like it's not as thick. Oh wow, it's really jammed in there. Ah, okay. Well, I would have liked to have used that box for other things, but it's really thin. No, it's definitely much, much thinner than Space Hulk. Space Hulk's got way more miniatures, though. I already knew that. Okay. Let's do this. Before we look at the back, let's get rid of the glare from the plastic. Well, you would not see, like, I don't know a ton about Warhammer 40K. I would not, ignore the logo. I would have no idea what universe this is set in. Like, I would think, oh, is this that new Project Elite game from Artipia? So I don't know. I'm not familiar with like this rank and file of the Space Marines, if indeed that's what they're officially part of. But it looks really, really cool. I mean, look at that. As if anything I do would ever look like this. Amazing miniature quality. You too can have miniatures that look just like this. Buy the game and then spend days and days of your life making sure that that happens. All right, let's see. It is an awkward box size. And of course, I did not, trust me, I knew that they were going to be not assembled. But nevertheless, it's sad. Sad to see the amount of work I have cut out ahead of me. And that's what's going to keep me from reviewing this within a timely fashion. Well, it's kind of hard to make it out, but they look really cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone, even people who hate on Games Workshop, most people don't think that their miniatures are lacking in quality. Quite the opposite. They have like the best quality possible. I think War Machine does a great job, but I still don't think they're as high a quality in order to keep their prices down. I mean, that's the thing, though. You pay for it, for sure. So, I don't know. It's probably not, I don't know how fascinating it is to see miniatures on sprues, but here's what you can expect. Not nearly as much stuff as Space Hulk, but which is sad because it is the same price that I paid for Space Hulk. That is a bit of a bummer now the more I think about it, but what are you going to do? Here's all the bases. I'll need to take those out. Dice, just normal red dice. Let's open this with my teeth. Disgusting. Alright, here we go. These are, well, most of these are event cards. Let's just see what else we have here. Here are the actual assassin characters. Kalados Assassin. The Vindicare Assassin. Actions, resistance, abilities and tactics. Cool, 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 cool. Kulexus Assassin, Eversor Assassin. Are they like cyborgs, or is that just a helmet that they put on over their normal head? I don't know. Here's the bad guys. Chaos Sorcerer Lord, Chaos Space Marine, Chaos Cultist with Auto Gun, Chaos Cultist with Auto Pistol. The thing is, I think that, I didn't really go into too much detail about this game and its backstory in my intro, but as we go along here, I will tell you that the main rap I've heard about this game, I'll show you the event cards, is that most people, they're just trying to lull Games Workshop's typical customers, or Warhammer 40k players, into spending the money on this game just because it has a lot of miniatures like the Assassins and the Chaos Sorcerer Lord that you either were never able to get or you can't get anymore, but now you can get them in this game and use them in Warhammer 40k, which sounds a little skeezy, but you do get a game out of it though. Here's, I don't know, these are just like different event cards you might play. Cool. It's like there's little bits of story. I dig that. I kind of like that. It's kind of like the Eldritch Horror type thing. All right. Neat. I won't spoil it. I'm not going to read them all. Show any of the stuff. All right. That's the end. It's just a big shrink-wrapped pile of cardboard. Let's pop this sucker open. Wish I had a better way to do this so you guys could see it, but I really don't. I think I have to use my teeth again. Oh, there. I got it. Okay, this is just the miniatures list and tips on how to put them together. I think that if you bought a normal Games Workshop product, it may not have stuff like that, but for this, it's necessary because they realize that a lot of board gamers have no idea what to do. There's the normal rule book. I don't think there's a campaign book with this game. Oh, they're just achievements. That's neat. Cool artwork again. Oh, let's put that back into focus. Sorry about that. Neat. I mean, look, they certainly don't skimp on the production value, even if there's not as many miniatures as people like. There's room tiles. Yeah, from what I've heard, they never put out a rule book ahead of time, which is probably a bad thing that I bought it based on that. But they were. People were saying, why is there no campaign book like Space Hulk and with randomized scenario or with preset scenarios? But I think the goal of this game is to have them be randomized every time, like you put out random rooms and such, and that's why there's not like a tremendous amount of boards and things like that. So let's see if I can lay this out in its splendor. Well, not for the most part, but you guys get the idea. They look really good. I mean, what can I say? Wow. Nice. I'm really excited to play the game. I'm into it. I'm not like a huge fan of the universe. Obviously, I've never played or care about the original miniatures game, but I think that it all looks really slick, and I'm eager to give it a shot. So that is everything. There wasn't a ton of stuff, but what I've seen looks good, and I'm intrigued by it, and I'm willing to give the game a fair shake, regardless of what people think about Games Workshop. So I will get on that as soon as I can. Look forward to it. Take care, guys.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Board Game Bliss, where you can find an amazing selection of games from around the world. BoardGameBliss.com. Thanks for your support.